So after the terrible atrocity of The Last Airbender, I must now find peace and tranquility in The Legend of Korra. What up y'all, it's Black Critic Guy, and today I'm here to review the TV show The Legend of Korra, which I promised way back in my Avatar the Last Airbender review that I would review this, and I just finished watching the entire season, so I'm gonna give you my thoughts on it. So for those of you who don't know the plot of The Legend of Korra, it basically follows the new Avatar by the name of Korra, who's already mastered fire, earth, and water, and now must go to Republic City, meet up with the last remaining air nomads to learn Wind, and basically it follows her adventures as she learns to become the Avatar. Now, when I saw The Last Airbender, I thought in my mind that Avatar the Last Airbender franchise was dead. There is no way it's coming back. It's over. And it saddened me to my heart. And then we hear news from the creators saying, whoa, wait a minute, that's not the last thing about Avatar. We're making a new show called The Legend of Korra. And when I heard that, I was like that guy who was on Kyoshi Island when he saw the Avatar. Yeah, I acted like that guy, because I gotta tell you, I was so pumped and so excited to hear that they're making a new Avatar series, and not only that, but it's focusing on a new Avatar. I was like, okay, I could go with that, even though I would like to see more adventures from Aang and the gang, but I would love to see where they go with this. And I gotta tell you, they do not disappoint. This show is as epic and as entertaining as the original Avatar the Last Airbender, with some minor problems that did irritate me a bit. We'll get into that. First, let's talk about the new Avatar, Korra. She is totally different from Aang in every way. She is a fighter to the death, I'm telling you. Aang was more peaceful and calm. He really didn't want to fight unless it was necessary. Korra, she doesn't give a damn. She will fight you if she has to. She is headstrong, independent. She is a warrior woman, and she is badass. And I also loved her development as a character, you know, starting off from this badass, independent, headstrong woman who just doesn't take crap from nobody into a very respectable and understanding that her actions will, you know, determine the outcome of her life and stuff, so she has to be careful of what she does. And you got other well-developed characters as well. You got Tenzin, the son of Aang. He's very funny in some way, but he keeps that serious, like staunch, I'm your teacher, you gotta do what I tell you. Okay, Korra? And he's voiced by J.K. Simmons. I mean, could the character get more awesome? And then we got the two brothers, Mako and Bolin, who I thought were entertaining and fun to watch. Bolin gave me that feeling of Sokka because he's very witty, very charming, he's very childish too. And then you got Mako, who kind of reminds me of Zuko because he's always like serious and staunch, but he has that flavor of, yeah, you know, I'm awesome. And then we got the villain of the show, the antagonist, the leader of the Equalists, Amon. Now, you're thinking to yourself, man, who could voice a villain such as Amon? Why, Stephen Bloom, the voice of many awesome characters, such as Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop, the Toonami guy in Toonami, and of course, for all you Naruto fans out there, Zabuza from Naruto. And I thought Stephen Bloom did a fantastic job voicing this villain. He was intimidating, he was so menacing. He made one of the best villains I've seen on TV since the original Avatar. So character development was handled very well in the show, and also the relationship between characters was handled very greatly. You got Tenzin and Korra, they were fun to watch. It's like he's trying to teach her, but she's so hard-headed and won't listen. Then you got Korra and Bolin, Korra and Mako and that hot girl whose name escapes me right now. There's great character relationships in this show. The story is fantastic, and I love the 1920s theme of the show. Like, you go to Republic City, and it looks like this very prosperous city. It looks normal. Then you go into it, and you hear, like, you know, the Charleston music, you know, you hear jazz and all this stuff. And they even have, like, the newsreels where the guy's like, incoming news, I got some news for you. The Avatar has just come to Republic City. And I like that aspect of the show, how they emphasize this whole glamorous prosperity, rich people and all that stuff, kind of a comparison to the 1920s lifestyle in America. And I was like, That is awesome. For history buffs, you will get a kick out of that. And say what you might about pro bending, but that actually looked really awesome, and I would love to be part of a pro bending team. That looked so cool. I would love to do that. And it goes without saying that the animation and action is superb. I mean, even better than the original series on the action and animation scale. I mean, everything just looks so crisp. You can see the blows. They even do this whole thing where they're doing it in slow motion, and you can actually see an impact happen. It's like, wow, that is so epic. And speaking of epic, the final 3 episodes were fantastic. I was into the whole thing. The action was mesmerizing. The final resolution was awesome. And the way that the villain exits the show, touching. Now sadly, as great as the show is, I do have a few cons. And my biggest con, the one that irritated me the most and they never dropped it, was their stupid love triangles. Not love triangle, love triangles. There are so many love triangles in the show, and all of them are so pointless and don't do anything to progress the plot in any way. And what's worse is that they kept pulling at it like, oh, this is still here, this is still festering, let's poke at it with a stick. And they just kept bringing it back and bringing it back. And I honestly think if they took out the episode that focused solely on those stupid love triangles, the show would have been far more superior than it is right now, because that was just some stupid... I forgot, I can't really say big bad words in this review, but you know what I meant. It was stupid, it was pointless, it didn't need to happen. And you might make the argument, well, what about in the original series, Tony? They might have had love triangles, but they didn't make it the main point to point out this love triangle. If they really just wanted to focus on a relationship like they did in the original with Aang and Katara, then they could have done that. There was no real, if you think back to it, there was no real love triangle in the last Avatar the Last Airbender series. Oh, in this one though, they make it so prevalent. And another thing that kind of bothered me, but I was like, I can understand that, was actually the ending. There's a moment in the ending where I was like, oh, well, this is so sad and somber, I don't know how they're gonna fix this. And then this Deus Ex Machina comes out of nowhere, and all of a sudden, bam, the problem that was happening, it was resolved in an instant. I was like, that's a cop-out. I just felt like it would have had more meaning had they just kept that and put it into the next season, like, oh, well, now this person has to do this in order to get back this. But no, they just give it back to them at the end of the episode. I was like, that's a cop-out. But overall, I find The Legend of Korra to be at par with the original Avatar the Last Airbender series. Although it does have a few more problems than the original, but I still loved it. It had its humor like it did in the original show. It was action-packed. It was entertaining. The characters are all well developed, and I really recommend that you all give this show a watch. For Avatar fans and anybody, kids, parents, adults, whoever, if you're a fan of action, animation, Avatar, go watch this show. I give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. It's a near perfect TV show. But anyway, what did you guys think of this show? Did you like it a lot? Did you find it stupid and didn't need to happen? And let me know, who is your favorite character in The Legend of Korra? Comment below and let me know. Anyway, I'm the Black Critic Guy, bridging the gap between movies and anime reviews. Till then, peace, YouTube.